But when you get the reveal, it's like, we did all this for you to do that? Like, they did all this building up of Idris's character, and this is what we do at the end? Just, I didn't care for that. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Whole Views, and today we're going to be talking about The Harder They Fall. We're going to do non-spoilers on the front, spoilers on the back. This might be a long one, but I really feel like I need to get all the thoughts out. Hopefully I express myself well. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, hit the alerts, and come along for the ride. We do movie reviews, we do trailer reactions, we do Firearms Friday, lots of stuff. Please hit that button, join the crew, be a part of the team, help me to grow this thing. And let's go ahead and talk about The Harder They Fall. So I have The Harder They Fall at a 7 out of 10. I really feel like my own personal expectations ruined the film for me. And when I say ruined, I mean totally ruined. Just messed up my entire viewing experience, because I saw the trailer months ago, did a reaction, I'll link it. I instantly saw that and thought, awards. This is a great cast. This is like dynamic production. It looks like they're going to do some wild things, and it'll be something that's truly impressive. But I expected something to be kind of gritty and realistic, and we did not get gritty and realistic. We got a whole lot of style, a whole lot of, I would dare I say, risky ideas put forth on the screen, just different from what you would expect out of watching a Western. And I think the best analogy or best comparison I can make would be Magnificent Seven of yesteryears with Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and others. It's like that one was a gritty, you felt like you was watching an old school Western. I thought we were getting that. We did not get that. We got a very stylized film with, I feel, that had way more style than it did substance. So let's get into my numbers of why I scored how I scored. I'm gonna start off with the first few numbers of being like non-spoilery stuff, but then when I get into visuals, which I had a problem with, and story, which I had problems with, I'll go ahead and do spoilers then, and I'll give you another warning. So talking first about pace, I have to say 8 out of 10 for pace, because the movie moves along briskly. There was a parts and scenes where it slowed down, but there's not much you can cut from this film. Maybe a few like little scenes you could take away from certain characters, but it's not like the movie felt bloated. It felt fine at the runtime that it was on. Again, it did slow down at a portion, give you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of connection between certain characters, but good stuff overall. 8 out of 10 on the pace. Entertainment value. So this is an 8 out of 10 here because it is an R-rated, all black cast Western. So that's not gonna appeal to everybody, but if you're in the mood for something that's got some cursing to it, got some gritty action to it, some stylized violence, some laughs, some drama, a little bit of love, like, hey, it got a little bit of everything in it. It's very good on the entertainment factor if you're into all those things. You got to be in for a lot, but if you're in for those things, this kind of checks a lot of boxes, and I enjoyed it. I was entertained by it overall. When I got to the end of my experience, again, not judging half the movie, whole movie experience, like, it was pretty good. And that entertainment score leads to rewatchability, because I give rewatchability a 7 out of 10. I say 7 because, again, you get a whole lot of points just saying, hey, I recommend it to people. So that puts it up there on the rewatchability scale. Would I be willing to watch it again? Yeah, probably at least once. One more time. And if it was just on somewhere, like there's certain parts of it that I really would like to watch again. So yeah, 7 out of 10 on the rewatchability scale. I thought that was good. Now getting into more spoiler territory, not really talking specifically about things yet. Just want to mention visuals, right? So visuals I'm kind of hard on here. I give it a 6 out of 10. Not because anything really looked bad per se, just I feel like my expectations messed things up. So when I say I'm judging the visuals of this movie, I'm looking at a few different categories. One category would be performances. We see actors on the screen, we are looking at them, and based on what I see great performances in this movie. Nobody appeared to be mailing it in. I thought that Delroy Lindo would have to do more heavy lifting. I got just about what I expected out of Jonathan Majors. I was pleasantly surprised and pleased with Lakeith Stanfield. He probably had my favorite scenes in the movie were the ones with Lakeith, like throughout. Idris is kind of just there. I kind of didn't like the way he was written. That's more for story though. Performance wise though, he didn't seem like he was mailing it in. He gave a powerful performance, powerful when it needed to be, especially towards the end of the film. So performances in the visuals category, very good. Another thing in the visuals category, camera shots. Camera shots here were great, and this is what I mean when I say risky. They did things with the camera that normal westerns don't do. Like, you didn't see any of these weird looking shots in like the Magnificent Seven, a more recent western. If you like 310 to Yuma, I didn't watch that. I have no recollection of that, but True Grit, I saw that. You won't see any of these weird shots in that. But I like it here. It worked here. You got a lot of wide shots. You got a lot of like weird angles. You see action like parallel, then you see it from above. You see like I was thinking specifically to a train coming up to a horse, and you see like the under, and it goes around. The camera does some crazy things. I enjoyed it. Camera shots were great. Also in the visuals category is score. The music that you hear as you're playing those shots, like as you see the shot was playing in the background. And I will say the score was unique. I feel like the score is just about the part where I feel like, hey, it's cool, but it's not what I expected, and it's taking me out. I'm not saying that it wasn't good. Some of the musical choices actually really hit hard when you listen to the lyrics, or you put your subtitles on, you read the lyrics, like, hey, some of this stuff is really slapping right now. But it wasn't what I expected, one, and two, it kind of took the Western vibe away from me. And the last thing in the visuals category really that I'm kind of complaining about here, I think I would call it set design, because when I watched the movie for the first 50 minutes, I just was bothered at how clean this thing looked. Like, everyone was like shiny, clean, good makeup, and all the buildings were like fresh and brand new. Now, I know plot wise, some of that stuff kind of lent itself to being new because, hey, this is a town. Other settlers have not gotten here yet, so it's not run down yet. But something about the way it looked really, really clean, and it also kind of gave off a cheap vibe to me. I don't know if I'm being picky or not, but I expected everyone to look more gritty. I expected the film to be more gritty, and it just looked real shiny and clean and pristine, and that kind of took me out. I think other people might watch it and feel fine about it, but for me, I think it's my expectations here kind of messing things up. So yeah, I took off big points because the look of it just didn't look how I thought it would look. Cool camera angles, but the score being unique as it was, along with the pristine, shiny, bright, vibrant look of it, it kind of messed me up. I don't know, but that's why I come down on the visuals, which kind of, lowers the score quite a bit. Going into the last category of story, I had problems with the story, giving it a 6 out of 10. And getting into spoiler territory here, there was a lot of stuff to me that I don't feel like made sense. You get the initial conflict between Idris' character and Jonathan Majors' character, and you watch that initial conflict and it goes one way, and you know that it's gonna be revealed later. But when you get the reveal, it's like, we did all this for you to do that? Like, they did all this building up of Idris' character, and this is what we do at the end? Just, I didn't care for that. Also, Idris' character, like, he really, really messed me up, because when the film kicks off, like, I'm gonna go full spoilers here, he gets pardoned. Why are we breaking him out, killing a bunch of people when he just got pardoned? Then we get him out and he goes to this town, and it seems like his intentions is to pay for the entire town to where white settlers cannot come in and take over the town. That's noble. Okay, maybe we're gonna have a likable antagonist here. Cool stuff. But then he kills a man in the street in front of everybody. So, like, one, you're ruining your pardon. That's one. Two, you're killing people that you are in the process of doing something noble for. I'm confused. Then again, you get to the end of the movie, you go through all the stuff. You let Jonathan Majors' character go get more money, and he does it. He comes back with it, and it's like, you just lay down for that man. You let that man kill you because you're his brother, or you've been his brother the whole time. You think that would have been beneficial to say? Like, and I know this has to be a movie, you know, gotta be a movie, gotta have a movie. You could end the movie within the first 5 minutes if Idris's character just takes the little boy and say, hey, little boy, you coming with me? Our daddy was trash, you just don't know it. Like, that would be easy. That would be easy. But, you know, you don't have a movie if that happens. And I don't know, bruh. I didn't care for that wrap up of his character. Like, were you really trying to buy the town and let the black folks have a little, like a utopia? Like, I think he used the words, not utopia, but example for others. And it's like, your example for others includes robbing the people that you're doing something good for, as well as shooting them if they don't agree. Nobody can tell me that makes sense. Nobody can tell me that makes sense. I'm sorry. It just don't. And I don't think I'm expecting too much to have a villain that makes goddamn sense. I don't. Movie was cool overall. Worth a rewatch. Worth a watch. Just not as good as I thought it would be, and not as, just more stylish, and again, more cool, if the word that I can say for it. Like, just way more cool than I thought it would be. I thought this would be gritty, realistic, black western, and it's more like a cool, stylized black western with like hip hop overtones and cool new music. And it's like, yeah, it's not bad. It's just not what I wanted. I think that's it. It's not bad. It's just not what I wanted, and definitely not what I thought I was getting. Hopefully y'all watch it and y'all judge, you know, for yourself. The way I come down is, I thought this would have been better. I thought this would have been more gritty and realistic, and we got a whole lot of style, whole lot of cool. Nothing wrong with it, just wasn't what I wanted. So that's all I have for this here review. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you agree, disagree, otherwise, any criticisms. And enjoy yourself, guard your heart, come back, check out more videos.